So now let's take a look at an interesting feature in Power BI. It's called a play axis, or more precisely, it's an animated scatter plot. I guess most of you know what is a scatter plot. So let's look at this report page, group of 20 analysis. So we have a group of 20 countries shown in this, what we call a scatter plot. All right. So I want to make this plot a little bit bigger, so I want to use the focus mode we discussed before. Okay, focus mode. Now the graph is greater. So on the y-axis or the vertical axis, we have population. All right. The horizontal, we have their GDP. So each circle corresponds to a country. You can see the legend here. All right. So this circle is basically United States. All right. Here the tooltip reports the GDP, the population, and the CO2 level. So we notice GDP is on the x-axis and the population is on the y-axis. CO2 level is presented by the size of this circle. The bigger the circle is, the more CO2 level. Okay. And this guy, China, okay, the circle is bigger, meaning the CO2 emissions are larger. Okay. So this is the situation in 2010. All right. And here we also have a timeline, and the current point is 2010. We can move this thing, this pointer back to year 2005. You can just drag the mouse and move the pointer to 2005. Okay, now we have the population is on Y, GDP is on X, the size of the circle is the CO2. This presents situation in 2005. We can keep moving this pointer, the time pointer back. For example, let's move it all the way back to 1985. Okay. So here we saw again that that's what the 20 countries looks like in 1985 in terms of their population, their GDP, and their CO2 levels. Another interesting thing you can see if you click on USA, well, a trajectory actually shows up. This is how USA evolved over time from year 1960, which is the earliest year in this entire timeline, to year 1985, which is the time pointer we specified here. Okay. If you click on China, you will see the trajectory of China over the years, again from 1960 to 1985. You can also press Control. While pressing Control, click on USA. Then both of the trajectories will be highlighted. Okay, so now you can have a comparison between the two trajectories. Now let's move this time pointer all the way back to the beginning of time. All right, and we uncheck those two countries. Okay, and you notice perhaps here is a play button. Okay, so this play button allows you to actually make this move over time kind of an animated graph. All right, so let's do this. Let's just click on the play button. So now the countries will just change over time from 1960 all the way to 2010. And you can observe their trajectory in terms of population, GDP, and the CO2 emission. All right. So that's a cool feature I want to introduce